Alright, this is my setup and review of the Birdies 8-in-1 tall raised bed, shipped from Australia to Oakland, California through Epic Gardening. Alright, a little more fully unpacked, ready to start actually assembling. So this, the big one, the 8-in-1, 30-inch tall one, I have 4 corner pieces, 2 short side panels, and 4 large side panels. There's a bunch of configurations. You'll see it right here. Those are all metric, so it's not as intuitive to us Americans. But this is what I'm gonna do. This is the one I'm gonna do. So this is about 43 inches by 83 inches, just because of the way it fits in here. There's the main components. It also comes with these threaded bars in different sizes with brace joiners in there too. That's to keep it from bowing out. I'm gonna put those in there at the recommended spacing down at the bottom. I'm gonna start assembling and I'll get back to you in a minute. All right, it's coming together pretty nicely. No real problems at all. Yeah, what can I say? I mean, it's kind of warm out here and there's a lot of screws, so it's a little bit tedious, but it's going together real easily. It says to put the side panels together first. That's what I started with. Then I did my corners and ends. Then I put the first side panel on, first assembled side panel. I have one more side panel to throw on, put on those supports, and then that rubber gasket for the top. I'll get back to you when I'm doing that. All right, I decided to use the threaded support bar. This is flipped upside down, so it's supposed to be installed the third from the bottom, and it's just upside down so we can reach it better. I had to install 2 of them, so I had to use that little spacer nut. This might be a 2-hand job. Let me turn this off. All right, that threaded support bar is in. This thing's ready. Just need to flip it and put it in place. All right, I've scratched out the footprint of the bed. I'm gonna dig that out so it's flat. All right, I think I dug it out enough. I can pick it up and give it a try. All right, that looks pretty darn good. I don't have a level, but I'll put something on there to see how it looks. I'm pretty happy so far. And because of the digging on the incline, I already have a couple inches of dirt at the bottom. All right, getting done. Can't forget the rubber edging though. This is not just functional, it's also gonna be pretty and comfortable. I have a 2.5, almost 3-year-old and another baby planned, so I want the edges to be comfortable for little hands touching it. All right, first layer of firewood down. I have to get more now. Didn't go nearly as far as I thought. I could easily do 1 or 2 more layers, I think. Yep, that's the point of it, the concept of it. Birdie's box is getting buried under there. All the cardboard is going to turn to compost. All this will break down and add nutrients to my soil. All right, next layer in the Hugelkultur, I've got municipal wood chips. I filled these bags myself. They're freaking heavy, maybe 40 or 50 pounds each. Dump them in there and get back at you. All right, 2 big bags of wood shavings in there. Push this around, try to get it in all the holes so it settles better. I'm gonna do it 2-handed, I'll get back. All right, next layer is gonna be this municipal compost. There goes the compost. Oops. Get this spread out and I'll get back to you. All right, now I'm ready for the good stuff. I've got lower grade compost, wood chips, firewood, Hugelkultur underneath there. Here, I have my good stuff. I have a bunch of peat moss. I have 2 bags already in there. I have 1 big bag of vermiculite already in there. Have some regular compost, chicken manure compost, earthworm castings. I also have a steer manure blend. I have more earthworm castings, I have more chicken manure and compost, a lot more vermiculite. Basically a Mel's mix, a third of each. A third of peat moss, a third of vermiculite, then a third of a blended compost. And get the stirring and get making it. All right, soil's in, mixed and in, and wetted. I wetted it down pretty well. I'm gonna top dress it with some straw bale and get back at you. All right, final review of the tall 8-in-1 Birdies raised bed. So that's 30 inches tall and 8 different configurations. Let's get into it. How about the cons first? Because those are the ones that are on my mind just because I had to think of those harder. The color, so I think slate gray, don't quote me on the name of the color, but it's darker than I thought it was going to be. It seems darker in real life than the website made it seem. So I thought it was going to be a lighter gray, it seemed to be a darker gray. The only other negative I can really think of is I did it with the configuration, so I have 4 large side pieces and 2 small side pieces. I did it with a configuration I can post where it should have been 43 by 83, and that would have fit perfectly in this little spot. And it came out to be, when I set it up by the directions, 45 by 81. So a little bit different, off by a couple inches in each direction. I actually gained about 100 square inches just because you know, I lost length, but I gained width, so that, you know, I gained surface area for growing, which is fine, but it's just not exactly what the, you know, the instructions said. And the variance was by 4 inches, so that's kind of a lot. 81 to, no, 43 by 83. So I guess only 2 inches off in each direction. So it's not the end of the world. Now to the good things. So the dark, even though it's darker than I thought, it's still not so warm to the touch. Like I'm in Oakland, we're in this heat wave right now, even though it's not so hot right here for where we are. So we're in this little maritime pocket of not terribly hot, but I can touch it when the rest of the country's in 115 degrees and it's like 90 degrees here. And it's not terribly hot to the touch. So I doubt it's really going to heat up the roots very much. What else do I have to say about it? I love that it's raised, that it's 30-inch tall one. I'm kind of a short guy. I'm only 5'6", but so, you know, this is basically at my hip height. So there's no bending over or stooping over. There's no making your back worse than it needs to be. I got lots of plants growing. I did set it up on drip irrigation because this is technically my mother and my in-laws' residence, but we're moving into this house when they move out. So in the meantime, I have it on drip irrigation. So I love it. And you know, before I even got this one and set it up, I had 2 more on the way. So this whole little thing, I guess you saw me kind of renovate this area. This spot, I have 2 more of the 8-in-1, but the 15-inch tall. So they'll be half this height, but the same footprint that are gonna go there and there. And I can probably do a review on that one too when I'm done. So I definitely recommend the Birdies. They're a little bit pricey, but they're tough. They definitely feel like quality. They look good. You can get stuff that matches. They're convenient. Everything about them, I love them. Yeah, that's the way to do it. I'll get back to you in the future.